diagnostic criteria for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Fails to give close attention to details. Often does not seem to listen when spoken to directly. Often does not follow through on instructions and fails to finish schoolwork, chores, or duty in the workplace. Often has difficulty organizing tasks and activities. Avoids, dislikes, or is reluctant to engage in tasks that require sustained mental effort.
2 plus 2 is 6, 4 plus 4 is 12, and 7 plus 7 is 21. I caress my intellect, now a small-winged bird that struggles to see the world. I hold it in my sweaty palm.
I was diagnosed when I was, I think, 28 years old.
He has ADD? What a dumbass.
Life flying. Now my mind is brick. I can feel no strength of life. When
I had never thought of myself as having a learning disability, but I knew that I had some issues with learning.
Child isn't perfect.
But for me, it literally does not go in if I'm not hands-on. I have extreme difficulty learning without actually doing the work while I'm learning it. I have difficulty reading topics that aren't of interest.
Often talks excessively. Often blurts out answers before the questions have been
a tendency to do a million tasks at once, almost a craving for it, and
I am falling inside myself. I can see reflected below 2 jagged rocks.
But then an inability to be able to pull things off because so many things are going on.
There's impulses that come again and again that you can't stop talking. It's impossible.
The obvious one is the being distractible. So distractible, like right in the moment by a sound.
I don't know what I'm going to do with that kid. They are driving me crazy. Why can't they sit still?
I couldn't understand what I was supposed to do. I was confused all the time. Couldn't understand why people didn't like me.
You don't know the rules of that tricky social interaction game, then it can definitely leave a lot of room for self-doubt, and then after self-doubt can come self-hatred or insecurity or low self-esteem.
What the hell? What the hell are you doing?
I don't know.
What the hell?
I can feel my heart. After somebody tells you that you're stupid a lot, you start to believe it and you act on it a lot.
So yeah, probably because I have ADD, I don't, because I just shook so hard, I shook our set. That's funny. Because, I do get weird in interactions and I don't want to play those games.
I won't copy anyone to pretend knowledge. I was confused about the number and they added up before I could plus them together in time.
Often has difficulty awaiting his turn.
What is 2 plus 2?
Often interrupts or intrudes on others.
I do think that hyperactivity, sort of what I call spazziness, comes into just having ADD, being sort of, whoa, saying sort of awkward, inappropriate things. That comes up a lot. And, I'm learning to embrace that and be comfortable with that.
What a moron.
My victory. How could it
Imbecile.
hurt so? 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8, and 7 plus 7 is 14.
I mean, at some point you just have to go, well, whether I have ADD or I'm just a weirdo, it's myself, right? So you have to learn to love yourself. Maybe you can just be different, and that's cool. Not maybe, definitely.